Yeah, hello all. This is just a demo video for me showing uh, my GitHub repository, which is a template repository, which can be used to deploy Azure resources using Terraform in a CI/CD way, using GitHub Actions and workflows. So that's what it is, and let's get started. So this is the repository which will be used as a template to set up new repositories, uh, and that repositories can then be used to uh, deploy resources to Azure. So let's dive straight into it. So this is just my README page, and there are some prerequisites that you need to do before doing this. So what you need to do is you need to set up a service principal in your Azure portal. So I'm in my Azure portal, and you will need to set up a service principal that I've already set up. Let me show you that. That should be very pretty simple. You can simply refer the documentation, or you can refer my steps here. So I've used CLI to do that, but you can, if you want to do it by portal, you can check documentation and you can easily do. So if you want to use CLI, just open this Cloud Shell, and you can just you can choose. So you'll have to create a storage account and then in a resource group, and then you will be able to open this, and then you can run the commands. So that's fine. I've already created that, so let me show you that. So this is my AD application, basically Azure Enter Directory or Azure Active Directory, and this is my. Let me show you. Yeah, so these secrets are basically used to make a connection, right? So this you need to set up a secret. You need to set up Terraform. This is a service principal, and then you will need to give this access to your target subscription. So let's see, this is the test subscription which I have, and you will have to give it the access. You have to give the access for your service principal. So if I go in my access control, and if I go in my role assignments, let me give it some time to load. Yeah, so you see Terraform has the contributor access to the subscription. Now you can do more fine-grained access, so that depends on how your access is managed. And but right now this is just a demo, so I'm just giving it a contributor access. And you will need to set up a storage account that will be used as a remote backend to securely store your state files. Since the state files contain your passwords in a plain text, you can't store that in your repo. So this is security perspective. You will need to store it in your storage account as a backend. So if you see here, I just created a storage account. So you have to note down the name, resource group, and then you have to create a blob container inside this. So you see, like I will just create a state folder, and then you will have to, then this will contain all the state files. So this is the prerequisite, and you will have to give contributor or storage blob contributor role to your service principal to this storage account. So that's the prerequisites from Azure side. So that covers this part. So the service principal, storage account, and access to the service principal. So I have given commands as well, which you can do using the Cloud Shell, or you can do in a manual way, which is pretty simple. Which is a very simple thing. Now coming to the GitHub side prerequisites. So this will be done post the cloning of the repo. So see, let me show you that. So this is my template repo. Now let's say I need another repository which will be then used in a CI/CD manner using pipelines and workflows to deploy to my Azure. So I will just use this template, create a new repository, then I will create in my organization. Uh, just name it simple for now. Let's make it public. I'm deleting this. That's not a problem. So I'm creating the repository. So a few things to be keep in mind. Though it copies your files, you will still need to do some prerequisites. So so I just copied this, right? Now let me go to the prerequisites documentation which I just shared in this template. This one. So if you see here, that's Azure side we already covered. Now GitHub side, we need to set up a uh, with that. Hold on, maybe that's repeated. That's fine. We can remove that. So see, you will need to set up. Hold on. Mm, yeah, this I need to change. That's fine. So what I was trying to say, yeah, I got it. So you need to set up environments, right? And you would also need to set up a backend TF vars file uh, that will decide the name of your backend file. So these two things along with the secret management. So for secrets, right, what you need to do is you need to configure secrets in your repository. So there are two ways to do that. Now one way is to just go into the here, go here. Now there, of course, I will be showing it manually, but there are you can use it via automation. That's not a problem. You can automate this. Now you will create secrets here. So, but I'm not creating it here. I Because I have an organization, I have my org secrets that I will pass down to this repository. So let me show you that quickly. This is my secrets. I will go to actions. So these are my this secrets you need. I will update the GitHub docs with these. So this is things we have to set up. So let me go through this. What are these, right? So this client secret and client ID are your principal secrets. Service principal which you set up. Student certificates. So this is your client ID basically. Client ID, and then secrets will be your secret. So this one. So that are these values. So these are secure values stored as an organization secrets. And ARM subscription ID is your subscription ID, and tenant ID. I think it's pretty clear, but let me show you that as well. This is your tenant ID, right? And subscription ID you can get it from subscription, which is here. This is your subscription ID. So that's one thing. Second thing, backend resource group name and storage account name and container name. So what are these? So this is the backend account which you set. That's the backend account name. Then this is the resource group name, and the container name will be uh, in which folder. Basically, it's just a folder. This folder I'm storing the state file. So state folder. So that are these. So these are that secrets that you have to configure. Now you can configure at repository level, and you can set up at organization level. It's better to set up at organization level, so you don't have to manually copy the secrets and you're storing it in text files. You don't have to do that. So this is always better, and you can make seal like, and some of them you can make public depending on your policies. So if you see here, the only concerning value is this client ID, right? Because this can be made public to all repositories. So they won't be able to see these values, but they will be able to use it. But they won't be able to deploy anything because uh, that's because you need a secret, right, to deploy. So basically, we are now what we will be doing is we will be passing those all these secrets to my downstream to my repository. Let me do that, and you can automate this again. But this video is not about that. You can definitely automate this. Uh, I will just pass it down to my repo. So that's to do that. You have to pass it down. Let me quickly pass everything. So this is the only secure way. There is some manual effort, but this can be automated. And but this is the only way because it's secure. You are not hard coding any values into your code, so you can make the code public. You can give it. You can share it between teams. That's the advantage of it. Uh, you can make a template out of it. So now let me pass this one. So again, like I said, these things can be made public to all repositories except the secret and ID as well. I think, yeah. So no one can actually deploy. So no, that's the thing. This is already public. So now every secret has been passed. So let me go to the repository and just let's check if every secret is. That's the first prerequisite, by the way. The repository should be configured with all these secrets. I will document this. No need to worry about that. Sorry, where was that? Secrets, yeah. So see, if you see, all the secrets are being passed down now. So now this repository will have access to the secrets. So that's the prerequisite number one. Second prerequisite is you will have to set up environments. So what happens is this is because if you deploy normally, then this will just without approval. You have to set up approvers. That's the main idea. So one is you will set a dev environment, and in dev you don't have to set up any approvers because the way it works is the plan. So the workflow is split between two steps. So the plan will run on this dev environment. So you can change that. That's not a problem. But the thing is, because plan is not actually deploying, it's just creating a plan and showing you what it needs to do. So it's not actually deploying. So that you don't need approval on that, but you can still do it. You can still add it. That shouldn't be a problem. So save. Let me go back to environments. So now you have to add another one, which is this should be same. This is coded inside the workflow, and here you can add as many approvers, reviewers you can. I will start myself for now, and I will just save the protection rule. So now basically, so this is because it shouldn't deploy directly to the Azure, because if you don't set it up, it's just going to deploy. So that's one more thing. So this is a second prerequisite. So you set up the secrets, you pass the secrets downstream using organization secrets, and I set up my environments. Now the third thing is you're all good to go basically. But only thing you need to do is of course you will be setting up your code, you'll be setting up your variables, you'll be whatever you want to deploy. Let's say load balancer, VM, storage accounts. Of course you'll be cloning this repository, and then you will be pushing this to this repository, and then you will follow all that GitHub workflow will be as you do for any software uh, projects. It will be same for infra as well. But just one thing to keep in mind, there has to be a backend vars file here. Uh, so let me add that. And I will, so this file will basically decide your name for the remote backend file name. That state file will be stored with this name. Let me show you. Let me go to the backend tfvars. Yes. Let me go to my doc. Yeah. So if you see here, backend.tfvars file will you should store it here, and you have to. So basically, it will be decided using an app and environment name. The state file will be decided. So let me go back now. So backend.tfvars. Now I'm editing it directly, but of course we'll follow all the workflow, GitHub workflow as we do normally. So let me change this. Alright. So now this is set up. This is my tfvars file, backend.tfvars file. Now so these are three prerequisites. One is the secrets, the environments, and again you can automate everything. You can automate all of these things using GitHub, using some separate pipeline and all those things. But this video is not a focus on that. This is focused more on this template. So this will be the plan depending on what template name you set. And another prerequisite is you have to make sure versions is updated as per versions you want to use. Now this is pretty generic, right? Now you can specify the version what you want to use for the provider here, and you can add more providers. You can add more subscription, more provider if you have to deploy, but this is single subscription, so you'll be adding a single subscription here. This is a single subscription pipeline, which is which will work for, let's say, 90% of cases. Only for policy, some cross region minute peering and all those things, you will require multiple providers. But general deployments, this will be good enough. Just the versions you will need to change depending on what version you want to use. So now you'll be setting up your Terraform code here, configuration code, and then you'll be just simply deploying. For now, I have a main.tf file here. This is just an example resource group I've taken, just to show you how it's going to work out. So now everything is set up now. So let me go, protection rules are set up. Yes. Now I simply go to actions. Now this will be manual because this is actually deploying right into the portal. This if I you don't want to set up accidentally pushing someone and automatic deployment to the portal. That can be problematic, but you can automate it if you want to. Uh, it just depends on use case to use case. Let me go here. Let me open here. So it's running a plan. So if you see this is the key which is generated using my TFR, whatever backend TFR file which I set. And now it's telling us, let me see, one to add, that will be a resource group. That is fine. Now if you see, it didn't run the apply because of the environment protection which I set. I will simply approve now. Now I will be approving the same plan what was generated here because that's how the workflow is set up. So we're using artifacts to pass down the same plan file to here, and that the same plan file will be deployed. So it is pretty robust, I would say. Now we just have to wait for the deployment. Yeah. So if you see one added, now if I go to my portal and go to my home, I go to resource groups. Now I should see that, yeah, you see this was deployed right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, which I just gave in the name. So that was the entire workflow. So if you see, I just have like this video is like around 18 minutes. In 18 minutes, you can set up like you can even make it more faster if you have some pipelines in GitHub automation. But in like 15 minutes or so, you can set up literally new pipelines and deploy quickly. So that was the video. Like this was just a demo video for the deployment. So thank you.